The chat on Newsday Amarillo and News Channel 10-2. I'm David Lovejoy.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Rhonda Lawnert.
And it is an honor and a privilege to introduce this young man to the show. A stellar career as a University of Kentucky Wildcat. Went on to play for the Mavericks and I believe the Hornets at one point, and I can't remember his third team, but a long career and a successful life after his career. Jamal Mashburn joins us this morning to talk about a topic we just talked about. It's colon rectal cancer awareness month. As a survivor of colon cancer, this is a life changer, but it can be stopped. It can be prevented, and it can be helped if you get the information and you get diagnosed early. In line with the Cancer Society's recommendation, a new campaign, Box Out Colon Cancer, is encouraging people 45 years and older to get screened for colon cancer. Jamal, Mr. Mashburn, thank you for taking time out to be with us today.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, I'm curious, where are you calling us from today?
I'm in Miami. I'm in Miami, Florida. So the team that he missed was the Miami Heat I used to play for as well. So I reside down here in Miami.
Yeah. That's it. He's a Heat, yeah.
Well, again, thank you for joining us today. What can you tell us about this Box Out Colon Cancer campaign?
Well, I'm teamed up with Exact Sciences and the Blue Hat Foundation to get people screened at 45 years and older. I think it's an important conversation to have. It's something that's preventable and treatable if caught early. And its personal connection to me is my mother. She was diagnosed with colon cancer at the height of my NBA career in 2003 when I became an NBA All-Star. It's a bittersweet moment for me. If she would have got screened earlier, we probably wouldn't have jumped through so many medical hoops. But fortunate for her, she was in remission for 18 years. And so it's a topic that's near and dear, not only for the patient, but also for the caregivers and the family members that are involved as well.
Jamal, why is screening so important?
Well, I think it's one of those diseases that can be caught and treated early if caught early. And for me, I have a family history of it. And I think it's also something that we don't talk about regularly, or it's a strange conversation. It's a difficult one, something that people don't want to have. But I think we have to open the lines of communication because, my idea is always to be available. You always want to be available, not only as a teammate to be out there to perform, but also with your family to create new memories and everlasting memories that have those conversations. So take care of your health. It's very important.
That leads me to this, Jamal. There are certain communities and demographics that have a higher risk for colon cancer. And, in the African-American community, we don't discuss stuff. We don't talk about medical history, things like that. We tend to not highlight those. What communities and demographics are hit hardest by colon cancer?
Well, first of all, it's the #1 cancer killer of men. And then I've learned that African Americans are more likely to develop and to die from colon cancer. So I think that the conversation around it needs to be free and open, especially in the African American community and among men. It's very important. I mean, we should want to be around for our kids, to show them the lessons, to be around to create those memories for them, and to have an open dialogue. It can no longer just be in just when you get diagnosed with something or you have the conversation about it. Let's just start having the conversation earlier, and we can actually treat it if you're diagnosed and prevent it if caught early.
So, to me, it's just interesting when we can we can identify certain communities or demographics, that are more at risk. I find that extremely interesting. But really, no one is immune from this. And, for somebody like me, I don't know my family history and all that. And so I would think that it would be important for someone who doesn't have or know their family history to just go ahead and get the screening done. Don't wait. And we've lowered the age. And all that to say, do you know of any new and upcoming research that maybe gives us even more hope for helping people get through this awful diagnosis?
Well, I'm not a doctor by any means. I just have a personal experience with colon cancer. I would say go to boxoutcoloncancer.com or go to your local physician or to your physician to get more information about screening or prevention or treatments. that would be my best advice. My personal story with my mom, I was, as I mentioned earlier, is something that's near and dear to my heart. So anytime I can share my experiences and share my thoughts and utilize my platform to help and serve others, more than happy to do so.
The number gets younger and younger each year. Diagnosis of colon cancer is affecting more and more people across this nation. Team up with Mr. Jamal Mashburn and box out cancer. It's a way to get screened and get prepared and be prepared. It's the difference between life and death when it comes to this horrible disease of colon cancer. Jamal, thank you so much for your time this morning, man. Really appreciate you. And two last quick questions for you. How are your Wildcats going to do against Oakland?
I think they can advance past Oakland. You know what I mean? I think the University of Kentucky offensively can play with anybody in the country. I do have them going to the Sweet 16, so I often cheer for the University of Kentucky, being one of their alumni. So I root them on consistently throughout the whole season, not just during the NCAA tournament.
And it would be unfair to ask you this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Mavericks, can they get to a ring? I mean, the shot Kyrie hit on Sunday was amazing. But it seems like they're clicking on all cylinders down in Dallas right now.
Yeah, they're playing well. I haven't got a chance to really see the Mavericks in depth since I lived down here in Miami, but I've always, the Mavericks have always been near and dear to my heart. They drafted me and gave me an opportunity in 1993. Played with some great players, Jimmy Jackson and Jason Kidd. I follow Mark Cuban, Kyrie Irving, and Luka Doncic, and Jason Kidd, who's my teammate over there, sitting on the sideline as the head coach. So how can you not cheer for them? I still think they had a little bit more work in progress to get to that championship level, to get to the level of Denver or get out of the West. But, they have an excellent nucleus of core players. And I think over a period of time, within the next 3 to 5 years, I think we will be having the conversations about the Dallas Mavericks competing for a championship led by Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving.
I can see that happening. Well,
can I call you for tips on filling out my bracket? I need some help.
Yeah, you can call me anytime for tips on filling a bracket. I don't know how correct I will be.
You're not Jimmy the Greek.
Nowhere near.
Nowhere near. Box out colon cancer. It's an effort to get people screened. It can make a difference in your life. I was lucky enough to find my colon cancer early, and that's why I'm still here on this earth. But it's really painless. I tell you, the worst thing about colonoscopies are the prep, drinking all that liquid. But other than that, it could save your life, and it could keep you and give you more years with the loved ones here on this earth. Check out Box Out Cancer and dig in on more cancer-related killers. Mr. Mashburn, thank you for your time. We really appreciate you being here this morning.
Thank you, David. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Anytime. Thank you, sir. That's once again Box Out Cancer, and look at colon rectal cancer and the awareness for the month of March. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more chat right after this.